All right, welcome to the channel, guys. My name is SumnSumnSumn. This is my first of many production tutorials that I'll be doing for you. I'm going to start off with very basic for the newcomers. So the first thing I want to show you guys, if you've been making beats already and you don't know why your beats don't sound the same on your computer as they do on your phone or anywhere else, you need to go to your little speakers menu icon here, click on that, and then left click on the speaker, go to enhancements, and you want to disable all sound effects. What that's going to do is that's going to give you a flat sound on all your mixes, so it'll sound the same everywhere. Like computers and a lot of technology has boost and bass and things like that, because bass is what makes everybody move. So they want to put more movement in their programs, or basically in their technology. We're going to start off today. I'm just going to pull up Fruity Keys, just because it's just the easiest way to go. I really don't know what I'm going to play yet, so give me a couple moments and I'm going to figure out what we're going to go. It's going to be a basic melody. It's going to be something that you guys can all get. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just pencil these notes in. Play something like this. So right now I'm just making a major scale. This is an E major scale. So basically when you're making major scales, there's two ways you can really do it. You can count, so you can go 1, and then you can go 3 up, and then you can go 4 up, or you can just go every other white key on the piano. So right now I want to see if it's going to sound better up an octave or down an octave. So what I have done is basically if you push Shift C, it copies everything. And then if you push Control and up, it'll take it up an octave. Control and down takes it down an octave. Shift and up takes it up 1 bar. So I'm going to leave it like that, but I'm going to put bass notes underneath. So I'm going to take all this right here, and I'm just going to move. I'm going to take all that right there, and I'm going to just move it down an octave. Y'all hear how that sounds? Fire! We're going to play around just a little bit, though. That's what we do. All right, so I'm gonna leave that alone with the piano. But before I stop messing with the piano, I'm going to strum. I'm basically gonna strum the piano, so it makes it sound like it's more real. But I don't like strumming it with the automation, so I'm just gonna move the keys over just about slightly. So you hear how it's got that bloom instead of. So listen to the first note and then listen to the second note. So you hear how it's like bling, and then the other one's like bloom. Like it's like when you're playing a piano, it's got to be humanized some. So you're not gonna always hit every key at the same time. And so that's basically what I'm doing with these keys. Now that's gonna give the impression to more of it's like humanized. Stuttering there. Call me Joe. But that's gonna make your beats sound more natural. And then what I am gonna do is I'm gonna randomize the keynotes. So I like to randomize my keynotes in 2 different groups, my lower end groups and my high end groups. So I'm just gonna select all those. I'm going to use this button right here to select all these. Hold down left and then select. And then I'm going to randomize the velocities, because the velocities are how hard the keys are hitting. Alt R will bring that command up for you. You guys hear the difference in that? It sounds like somebody's actually playing the piano. All right, so now we got the bass for our beat right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find something to go, or actually I might try to find another instrument. I might not use that piano. So I'm going to go into Omnisphere, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run that. I'm going to run all these keys into a different instrument, because we might get something fire. You never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get till you try. I know y'all hate that noise too. I like that noise. I'm about to make that work. So I'm going to go ahead and put some effects on this piano. I might keep it. My favorite reverb is Reverb. I mess with this more than any other reverb on earth. I love this reverb. Shout out to Waves. Should have got that. I think they had the gold bundle on sale for like $70 for Christmas. It was crazy. I bought it for like $1.60 around Thanksgiving. The cool thing with Waves too is the presets are ungodly. Normally I like to get together some chords and then my counter melody, and then I'll normally put the 808 in, because the 808 is basically it's a melodic instrument. It's not a drum, and we always think about it as a drum, but if you think about the 808, it's just like every other instrument. So it has an E, B, C, in you have to play that 808 in key, otherwise it's going to sound off. I'm probably going to put my 808 in now though, because I'm feeling this beat. Let's mess with this Astro. Shout out to Simon Servita. I mess with his drum kits. I mess with Simon Servita a lot. His videos are entertaining. I like him. He's a quality He's a quality producer. For all you young producers, producers that I would recommend that you watch would be Simon Servita, Ocean Beats, and Busy Work Beats. Busy Work Beats will explain to you so much in MIDI theory, and Simon Servita makes the hardest beats. Ocean, he's just fire. His videos are quality because he's got a good personality. Everybody says Nick Mirror's the GOAT, but I haven't really been watching producer videos that long, and he hasn't been doing them lately like that. Now you see how with the 808, I'm just riding the beat. So I'm just basically placing my key, my drums into the low notes. Boom, 808 pattern done. That easy. I'm gonna change the 808 though, because I don't like how that sounds with this beat. That's it right there. But what I'm gonna do is, normally what I do when I produce is I normally put the whole entire beat together, and then I start adding my effects. But sometimes I'll add the effects in early because if like a sound has no reverb at all, I want to hear how it's going to sound with reverb in the beat, because that might change the whole complexity. Like a bell is not going to sound the same once you put reverb on it. So certain instruments I will put different sounds on just so I can hear how they sound. But generally I'll put all of the effects on at the end, unless I'm just not sure about a sound and I just want to figure out if I'm going to use it or not. But with this 808, I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna put some distortion on it. So with the distortion, what I'm going to do is go to Fruity Fast Distortion, and I'm going to switch this over to B, and then I'm going to use this controller over here to control how much goes in and out. So I generally with my plugins, I generally like to control it over here with this knob, because you can always see it. You can come back to it. So as you can adjust it with the mix too, every time that I want to adjust something, if it doesn't sound right to me, then I have to click into this, then I have to go over here, then I have to click it off. But if I just leave this like this still controls the output. All right, see how it's just got that little bit of buzz there for that distortion? That's all I need. That's all I need. All right, so now we're going to go find a clap. I do want you guys to notice too, I've had this program for roughly 2 months. I haven't one time opened up any of the sounds over here. Now, granted, I've been using Fruity Loops for a long time. You get to a point to where you just, you get comfortable with the sounds that you use. You make folders, so on and so forth. I will be through time making sound packs for you guys and showing you guys sound design, because really, you hear everybody talk about sounds, but most of the sounds these people get are in Fruity Loops. They just freak the sound to make it sound different, and then they sell it to you. So I'm gonna do a lot of showing you how to sculpt that sound, because you can get a lot of these sounds that we use in Fruity Loops. I just use drum kits because it's quicker. Now, when you're putting the claps in, general rule, and this is just the rule I go by, if a beat's under like 120 BPM, then you're probably going to put your claps on the 2 and the 4. So that means, when you go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But when you are doing music that's above 120, like more trap or just faster, you're going to normally put the snare or the hi-hat on the 3. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because some people count to 8. But that's how you get your claps on right every time. I mean, you can do different variations where you take the claps out and do other stuff, but standardized music, this is where the claps are going to go. I'm going to go ahead and EQ this clap, take some of the low out, and I'm also going to put a reverb on it, so it has that nice little reverb sound. I do want to say this too. I don't necessarily always use the same exact reverb on everything. So when you're loading up beats and stuff like waves and Omnisphere, that stuff takes forever to load up. So if I'm like just a clap or something like that, I might just put this little basic fruity reverb on there because it's still a good reverb, and then go with that. All right, now I'm gonna find me some hi hats. Um, Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a kick in. I'm just gonna put a kick on the one and the nine. Check check. All right. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't even know what happened with my Fruity Loops there for a second. It was like I only had 3 bars here, and then it hopped the last bar on the end here, and it was just effing me up. I'm sure there's a solution, and I've seen that twice in all the years that I've done Fruity Loops. I just basically restarted the program, and it made it right for me. So now I'm about to go ahead and grab a little hi-hat. Grab me some. Oh yeah, we love the hi-hats. We're just gonna go ahead and go in 2 steps, and we'll go from there. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little drum. And so I'm going to side chain this drum to this track. Now, some people will say you don't need the side chain. Some people will say you do need the side chain. Honestly, you can do what you want. But the thing about side chaining is that it will keep your music consistent. So like, let's say I have the 808 and the bass going at the same time, which is generally what you're going to do. At the start of the 808, it's going to be loud, but when you sidechain, it pulls it down and puts the kick forward. And then when the kick is done, it pushes that back forward. So like if you ever have an issue with like leveling your beats, or like if you ever notice how like you want it all to be leveled at 6, but for some odd reason, there's just one point in the song where it's consistent, everything's 8, but at one point it's like a 5 on your dB. Well, it's because your bass and your kick drum are hitting at the same time. That's what the side chain is for. It's not necessarily to make the drum hit harder. It's to pull the bass back so you can hear the drum. Hope I did a good job of explaining that to you. Once you throw that on there, if you have a mouse with the little rolly pad, if you go, see, if you just roll it, it rolls up and rolls down for you, so you don't have to worry about moving things up and down. It's a good little trick. But what you're going to do with this side chain is you're going to throw the limiter on there. The limiter needs to be the first thing that you put on there. I've heard all kinds of different things on what you can and what you can't do. So we're just gonna pull it up here with only the bass going. You're gonna hit this compression button, and you're gonna come over here to sidechain, and you're gonna push this knee up. Y'all hear the difference? It's more full hit on that kick. It comes through a little more. You can also turn the threshold down a little bit, and you can turn the ratio down a little bit, and you hear how that kick's coming through more. Also, what I always do is on the first track, on the master track, I put a clipper, and what a clipper is going to do is it's just going to help that kick drum come through a little more. That's the only thing it's going to affect. So you're going to push the threshold all the way up, but it helps it blend through the beat. All right, I'm gonna throw some perks up in here, and then we're gonna go find something for a counter melody. I think I'm hearing like a saw or something. I should probably mess with it now, but if you're just starting out and you don't have any sound packs and you want to get sound packs, you can go to soundpacks.com, and they have all kinds of free sound packs that are license free. So I would recommend that you get the O&J Secret Stash if you were just starting, because that drum kit will help you out immensely. Omnisphere, you are my only friend. The illest thing about Omnisphere is when you get it, they give you this little key, and it's like a credit card, and it's got a freaking USB connected to it. I felt like I was official. I thought I was James Bond. A nizzle with a whistle. Something hit the keys. Now you see how that worked out? I mean, I just bam, threw that right over the top. Still probably gonna find one more noise though. So here's another key too that I like. If I generally, when I make a beat, my goal is to use at least 10 sounds. I'm not saying that has to be a thing, but if you have 10 sounds, that gives you plenty to work with so that you can mix up the melody, you can mix up the beat, you can do all kinds of things, and it's effortless. Now, you can make slappers that only have a couple instruments. I mean, the Baby out here just killing it. Baby making songs with like with one noise, a bass, and a snare, and it just be slapping. So there is no rules to what you can and can't do. I just say for what I try to do, I generally try to get about 10 sounds. That way I know that I can pull stuff away, I can add stuff in, it's going to sound good. There's going to be a bunch of different textural sounds. And I like to make sure everything can play on, I like to make sure everything can play just right here on the channel rack. If I can get all my instruments to blend together and sound good on the channel rack, then that means that I'll be able to make a good song. Because that's generally going to be my chorus. When I make a chorus, it's all go, all hands on deck. So if it all sounds good here, then you can chop down a beat and you'll be able to make a good beat. This is about to slap. Guitar. Gonna need a guitar. Obviously, you see me add from here a lot, but you can also add, like right here. I guess something I ain't told y'all is that I'm a rapper. I've been rapping for 20-something years now. So when I teach y'all how to make beats, I'm trying to teach y'all how to make beats that rappers want to rap to. Not every beat, a hard beat may not be something that somebody wants to rap to. If there's just too much going on in the background, my vocals might not shine through. I don't want nobody buying my CD because my beats are hard. I want people buying my CDs because my music is good, if that makes sense. So right now I'm just playing with the sound basically. I want to see how I want it to sound, because I want it to sit in the background just quietly. I don't want that to be like the focal point of the beat. Oh, we're gonna make this fire. I mean, and boom, just like that, we got a beat. So I'm gonna go ahead and arrange it, and when I come back, I'll have the beat for you. Make sure whatever videos y'all want to see next, y'all let me know. Really, I just want to teach y'all how to make your own original sounding beats. So if you want me to do tutorials where I make you know, whatever type beat, J. Cole type beat, Kendrick type beat, I mean, I can do that. But I would rather have you make your own beat, because by the time you learn how to make a beat like Kendrick's producer, that dude's going to be on to the next beat, and that style is going to be in the past. So we need to really work on creating our own sound. I mean, if it sounds good, it sounds good. You know, music can't be denied. That's one thing that cannot be denied. If it sounds good, it doesn't matter how weird, how funky, how anything it sounds. If it sounds good, at the end of the day, it's good. All right, well, I'll be back with the final product for you guys. All right, guys and gals, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe and like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so every time a new video comes out, you can be the first to know. Let me know what tutorials you want to see next in the comments, and see you next time.